For our final part, we're going to go ahead and open up the neon material here. And we're going to set it up so that we can get a couple of things going on. We're going to get the flicker, and also we're going to go ahead and control the brightness. And also we want to make it so that if the daytime if it's a daytime, we can turn it on and off. So we're going to go to Material Expressions and Library here. And we want to have a switch. So the switch is going to be for the emissive to say, is it day or is it night? So we're going to open this up some here. Let me make this a little bigger so you can see. And we're going to say night, question mark. And if it's night, then the emissive will go right through, so it's be true. But if it's false, then the emissive should be 0 because there should be no light illuminating from it. Also, we're going to need a desaturation node, and we're going to use this straight up out of our texture into that because that's going to be our base diffuse. So if there's nothing on, so for instance, if I turn this and there's no light on, it'll just look like blank empty neon, right? But if it's at night, it'll actually have some brightness to it. Now if you want to turn this down some, it might be a good idea too. So say multiply by a value and make this value maybe, let's say 0.5, and it'll make it a bit darker. So you can route that into here. So that's good to go. Also, so that's going to be the diffuse. Also, I went ahead and straightened these up a little bit. I went and named the groupings it in. For the no color, we're going to do some different things here as well. So we're actually going to borrow this multiply by a number. And we're going to multiply the no color node by it. And we're going to make it, let's say, 0.1. That's going to be our node. We're going to have this so that it flickers on and off, so that when it's on, it's this color and this intensity. When it's off, it's kind of like this darker value. So we need another if statement. And we're going to do something very similar to how we did before with the other light changing back and forth. So that will go there, and these will go here. So it's saying if A is more, then it'll be on. If A is less, then it'll be off. And we want our base number to be 0 again, just like as before. And we also want a sign and time again. This time we're actually going to get a little crazier with the sign and the time, and we're going to use multiple signs. And this is going to give us the illusion of a kind of random flicker comparatively to a controlled kind of like throbbing back and forth with the original colors bulbs that we had. So we're going to need a multiply, and we're going to multiply and another multiply. So we're going to multiply by the signs by each other. And the time is going to go into each of these. And we're going to change these signs to different values. So this one will be 0.5. This one will be 0.35. This one will be, let's say, 0.67. So now this looks pretty random. It's hard to tell a consistent pattern. So now we're going to route that into A. And that's going to make this look like it's flickering, like it has no real control, like it's just kind of like a about to go out, kind of dirty bulb kind of thing. So we're going to route this back into where the add goes. So now we have the flickering no. Go ahead and say yes to that. And the last thing we're going to do is control the intensity of the overall bulbs. So we're going to multiply by a number. And this number, let's say 15. We're going to multiply everything by that. And now we're set to go. It looks pretty good. Test it here. And that's pretty good. And if we want to change the colors, we can always go back into the shader and change the actual shader. We can change the intensity of how bright it is. We can change this kind of how it flickers depending on those signs. But besides that, we're pretty good in that direction. In conclusion, all the assets created here, ranging from the Photoshop files, brushes, Illustrator files, as well as the UDK files and the video files, are available from digitaltutors.com. I would like to thank Digital Tutors for allowing me to create these set of tutorials for you, as well as you, the viewer, for watching along. That's all for me.